Okay. Hit it.
You had mentioned fitting the offensive line. I think on Monday it was. Last year, the Raiders finished with Jordan Meredith at left guard, Dylan Parton was at right guard, and Jackson was at center. Would you consider maybe going back to something like that? Is that
Absolutely
what
not. No, we've invested a lot of time with these guys playing in their spots. I know you're interested in JPJ. This is an official week to practice and to get ready. Yet last week was not that. So he's ready to compete for playing time, and he and Alex will be going at it. So it's a good situation that we're in.
When you say competing for playing time, is he...
Jackson and anybody in 2 weeks. You got to see what he can do. So we got to check him out and see how he does.
Where's Bowers from a health standpoint with his knee?
He's been making it. You know, they've treated him well and got him playing these games. He's still wearing a legitimate brace that he can feel, but he'll continue for another couple weeks having to wear that brace to be safe.
He said he was frustrated after last game. Is it tough when guys maybe can't do what their bodies usually tell them they can do?
Yeah, that's a very difficult thing. Yeah, it's very difficult. Yes.
Any update on Michael Mayer, how he's doing?
He's still in the protocol. He's got the procedure that he has to go through. It'll take us all the way to the end of the week to know.
Any thoughts on the matchup with Caleb Williams this week? Was he a guy you watched a lot at USC when you had time?
Sure. Yeah, I did watch him a lot, and watched him a lot looking at that job too. And had a chance to check him out. And he's a very, very special athlete, and he's got great sense, great awareness about throwing the football and running the football. He'll be a prolific scrambler, and by the time you check out his years, he's really good at it and goes really well on the run too. So they have a really nice system. You can see it already coming through. Coach Ben's doing a nice job with teaching these guys what he believes is important in offense. You can see that there's a lot of changes from when they were last year. So Caleb can do whatever you want him to do. So he's a very dangerous player to play against.
They've got an emerging young receiver too, and Roma Dunze. What challenges is he going to possess for you guys?
Yeah, he's a good player. We watched him in college too. So I've seen him a lot. They're going to him. He's a leading target guy, and they'll continue to do that. I would think. He can do a little bit of everything. He's really fast. He's good size. He's tough. He's making the plays. So we know where he is. We have to be really conscious that we can take care of him.
What stands out to you about the way Ben Johnson goes about creating space for his guys? There's a lot of it in the game against Dallas.
They had a very good game last week. They really did. They looked terrific in the game. Got ahead, jumped out early, and maintained that lead. Ben's setting the tone for the concepts that people are doing, or maybe he's learning from everybody else. But there's a lot of similarities in the style of offense that are coming around now, and it's a prolific attack when you're really trying to get the ball down the field as much as teams are doing right now. And he's right in the middle of that.
Going back to the offensive line real quick, do you feel it's more reps and continuity as opposed to maybe identifying an issue here or issue there that you can put your finger on?
Yes.
We saw Darian take over for Caillou down the stretch in the last game. I guess how did you see him on film? What did he do? And is that a switch that you're looking to make going forward?
He did fine. He had a couple of good tackles that he made. He situated himself well in all of his looks and coverages. He's made a couple of tackles on special teams too. So that was one of the things we wanted to see what he would look like. So he did a nice job, and so I'm not hesitant to play him at all.
Pete, just what has been your impression of Eric Stokes through 3 games?
I think he's played great football. I think he's been our top guy out there. He's challenged everything when he had his opportunities, and he's got his wins. He's been really clean with his hands. There's nothing that he can't do. I think he can really blossom into a terrific football player for us, and we got it.
Also, Asin Gentry's been hit at or behind the line of scrimmage on more than 50% of his carries this season. When you look at film, what has led to that? Is that more offensive line?
Yeah, we have to get him better spacing, and we got to get him away from all those guys in the middle. So it's the whole attack. We've just got to continue to expand it and keep him from getting hit, because he's the first one to look for hits too. He wants to hit the first thing that moves. He's tougher as hell, but we got to get him cleaner. So we're all working together to get that done.
You talked about the special teams quite a bit after the game on Sunday. I guess what kind of things can you do to challenge a group that's been very good here for you guys in the past?
Yeah, that was a really surprising ball game. Because we've been solid for all the way through Tom's years and all of that. That was a game that those 2 carries just got away from us and made a huge difference in the game. One was a 90 and the other was an 80-yarder or something. You never plan on having to deal with that factor. unless it's on our side. So everybody's working really hard. They're taking into account, you know, the things that they have to do and do better. We have to play better as a whole group. Just a couple guys got out of lanes on coverage and it really exploded. And our safety guys couldn't get on the ground. I'm going to do this again because I love the way this guy coaches, but I'm giving Larry Izzo a lot of credit. You know, he put together a great game plan, and his guys executed really well. And obviously, you know, they really had their way with us.
What do you think the key is to getting a Tyree Wilson and a Malcolm Kuntz kind of unlocked here moving forward? And how important is it?
Well, it's really important that our guys play better. And so, you know, we're trying with our combinations and mixing our looks and all of that. Malcolm has been pretty lively in his pass rush. A couple of results last week and 2 weeks ago, and we'll get him back into it. We'll continue to move the rotations. It's still a work in progress, and that we'll learn who's who and what they can do best. And that may last a couple more weeks of us trying to figure that out. We need to get to it. I mean, I would love to have it nailed right now, but with the background that we've had, and this is still in progress. So, the part I like about it is these guys are competing really hard for their playtime and their spots. And as long as they maintain that kind of approach, then they'll keep elevating their game, and it'll be obvious what we should do.
That's good.
Pete,
All right.
one more if you don't mind.
I'm sure this is going to be a real zinger right here.
The Raiders only won 2 home games last year. It's only the 5th year that the Raiders are playing at Allegiant Stadium in front of fans. What's the mentality like for the team just trying to create this home field advantage?
Well, we're trying to create the advantage wherever we go, wherever we play. But we certainly could utilize, you know, winning here and getting our fans really jacked and allow them to be a factor. You know, the noise factor is always something that you can count on when they get it going. So we have to play well. You know, obviously in the past they haven't. You know, they haven't played well enough to get their wins, but we can't let that be. That was then, and this is now. We got to crank it up and see if we can get one this weekend and keep going from there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.